I'm showing you the 7 essential items you need to create the perfect piano practice space. If you've been wondering what you actually need to restart your piano journey, or your current space is not ideal, these items are exactly what you need to get you enjoying practice again and making progress at the piano in no time. This is video 4 of my 30-day piano challenge, during which time I'm going to practice for 15 minutes every day in order to boost my piano skills and prepare for a concert that I'm playing in December. This may be obvious, but item number 1 is a piano. Now hear me out. You don't necessarily need a grand piano. You don't even need an acoustic piano. But if you do have an acoustic instrument, please make sure it's in good working order, meaning all the keys work, the pedals work, and it's in tune. But you do need a keyboard of some sort. Make sure that you have an 88 key full-size keyboard with a weighted key action. This means that you can play louder and softer sounds on your keyboard. You don't necessarily need a stand if you have a table at a good height, and you don't necessarily need a pedal because the pedal you can always add on later if you want to. The next essential item is a piano bench or stool or chair. Just make sure that it is not too comfortable because that promotes bad posture and slouching at the piano. And also make sure that it is not on wheels. It does not have casters, it cannot roll around, and is at a good height to reach your piano keys. The third essential item that you need for your piano practice space is a light. You can get lights that clip on the top or that hang over your music like this. An overhead light is fine as well. And windows are also a great natural option for practicing during the day. Number 4 on my list of essentials for your piano practice studio is paper and a pencil. I highly recommend you keep a notebook or some paper nearby your piano at all times or on the music stand of your piano like this. You can write down what you're working on, you can write down your goals and stuff like that, really handy. You can also get a little piano practice journal, that's fun too. A music folder is super handy for keeping your music in so that the page turns are just really easy, keeps it all organized. I also like to use post-it flags, and I also like to use highlighters because if I have a practice score like this, I can highlight patterns in the score and other things that I'm working on, and they're actually quite indispensable. Since I have all of these materials out right now, I'm going to quickly do my 15-minute practice for the day. Yesterday's scale was A major, which means I get to do A minor today. Musicianship practice today, I'm going to do some sight reading. So I took a book, random book, it's a book of Broadway music, and I randomly opened it to a page, and that's what I'm going to do for sight reading today. As some of you know, I'm preparing for a choir concert in December. That's part of the reason I'm doing this 30-day piano practice challenge. Today I'm doing 2 pieces out of my 12. I want to let you know what essential item number 5 is for the perfect piano practice setup because I'm about to use it in my piano practice. And that item is a metronome. So if you don't know what a metronome is, here's an example of one. You can get other kinds as well. The digital metronomes are a little bit more customizable. You can set them for a certain time signature and a certain accent on each beat and whatnot. I like this simple style, but it's up to you. You can also get apps on your phone. Right now, I'm going to use it for my second piece in my practice today, just to make sure that I've got all those rhythms right and all the syncopations are sort of coming in at the right time. The 6th essential item that you need to create the perfect piano practice space is, of course, your music. Here are some examples of different types of music you could have. You can have books with scales and technical exercises and sight reading exercises and things like that. Lead sheets, I think, are a really important resource, so make sure you have a small notebook with some lead sheets kicking around. You can open them up and work on them anytime you want to boost your musicianship skills. And of course, you can buy piano books that are full of different songs. The important thing is to have music that you're excited to learn, so make sure that you have enough materials around that are fun and inspiring to you. The final item, number 7, of essential items that you need for the perfect piano space is a clock. And this is my personal preference, but I do think it's essential to have a clock in your piano practice room. I've gone without one and then I find myself really wanting one. I think having a clock in your piano practice room can be so helpful because it gives you an idea as to how much you can accomplish in a short amount of time. So don't use it necessarily to time your practice, although if you have a deadline, obviously you're going to be checking that. But you can do your warm-up and say to yourself, okay, my warm-up takes about 3 to 5 minutes. So now I know how long that takes. Now I'm going to spend 5 minutes doing this, or now I'm going to spend 10 minutes doing this. So that's why I think it's helpful. Try not to use your phone as a timekeeping device because it's just another distraction. So you're not going to have that focused, efficient piano practice session that you're hoping for. I think it's also really good to have some creative, inspiring items in your studio. So these are going to be definitely personalized toward what you prefer. I like to have a few plants. I like to have a Zen garden. Try adding a few creative or inspiring items to your space as well. I do think this really helps with your mood. It helps with just the overall vibe of your piano practice session. I would love to have you join me on this 30-day piano practice challenge where I practice for 15 minutes every day. And if you want to know why I don't practice for hours a day, check out this video right here.